To my surprise, a new streaming service appeared and drew its hat in the ring for the viewership of anime fans. And I know what many of you are thinking. Another one? Well, yes, I do understand that mentality, there being Crunchyroll, Funimation, Netflix, Hulu, and other sites that provide anime. I still want to present it because it offers a way of watching anime legally, and I think that's really important. The new service is called HiDive, and as of the time of this video, it launched around a week or two ago. Being a new service, I've been testing out the site extensively to see how it compares to its competition. This is pretty much a breakdown on HiDive, everything it offers, and if you should be interested in it. I do have to make it clear that this is for the US version of it because it is the only one I have access to. Before I get to the breakdown, I do want to cover why it exists and how it relates to the Anime Network. For the ones who don't know, the Anime Network was a streaming service that provided access to the Section 23 library, or by the better well-known name of Sentai Films Works. It had a pretty diverse library from Sentai ranging from new releases like Parasite, School Live, Gatchaman Crowds, to older series like Azumanga Daioh and Clannad. It was pretty much Sentai's own streaming service that even had some of their dubs, but it never really took off like Funimation or Crunchyroll. You know, the other anime-focused services. Why is that? I have a few reasons. The main one being the service model it provided, it wasn't good. The Anime Network, while having a pretty unique library full of series that weren't available anywhere else, made getting access to them very poor. Unlike the other services that are around, it made it that you had to pay to get access to the subbed version of the anime. It didn't offer a free alternative to allow people to actually try the site and slowly warm up to the idea of paying a monthly fee of $6.99. Yes, it does sound like that if you weren't paying, you would not be able to try the service. That is not entirely true. You would get access to the first episode of a show for free subbed. Only the first episode, nothing else. And it doesn't help that this access doesn't apply to the whole library, only a select few. So some shows you were completely locked out from if you weren't paying, even if they were subbed only. Aside from this massive issue, the site design I always thought was clunky and the player never really worked for me. The Anime Network was a cool idea, but the execution was far from good. So what's happening to it now? On June 21st, HiDive launched and Anime Network Inc. acquired the AnimeNetwork.com from Anime Network Online. So it will no longer provide anime streaming for the web and will only provide it for cable television in HD for free. It's actually up and running, and if you have cable, you can test it out right now. Here are the channel numbers. I did try it, and while it is cool to have free anime on TV, the quality isn't the best, especially when there are the same shows online legally with better quality. I think it's a weird move since cable is slowly dying, but there must be something I'm not seeing that they clearly do. The Anime Network will still be offering online streaming until August 19th. After that, it will only be cable video on demand. So now that we cleared that up, let's talk about HiDive. Is it a new service? Kinda. I like to look at it as a spiritual successor to the Anime Network. It's a successor that fixes a lot of the issues on the original service. Very much like its predecessor, all it provides is from Sentai Films Works, but it actually has a lot of their library that wasn't available anywhere else, and a lot of those are dubbed. It has a huge selection of their dubbed library that was only available through home video. Old shows like Vampire Hunter D, The Big O, and really recent ones like Amagi Brilliant Park, School Live, and Don Machi, just to name a few. What is also awesome is that it has previously exclusive shows like Chivalry of a Failed Knight, so that means current exclusives might also get here in the future. It even fixes an issue Sentai has had for a while. It unifies a lot of their library in one place. This is a good fix, especially for multi-season shows. They would sometimes be scattered across multiple streaming services, making it difficult to watch or more than anything annoying to find. It gets even better. If a show on the service gets a dub, it's going to be added. So the best example is Gate. It's currently on the site sub only. Sentai just announced the cast and release date for the home video which comes with it, so HiDive will be premiering one new episode of the dub every week until all episodes are on the service. It's kinda like the broadcast dubs that Funimation does, just closer to the release date of the home video, so if you like what you hear, instead of waiting for all the episodes, you have the option to buy it and get all of them. Aside from all the anime series, it also has films. One of the weird things about anime-focused streaming sites is that they would never have movies or just a small selection of them. It was weirdly exclusive to more general streaming sites like Hulu and Netflix. HiDive had the movie section with films and OVAs from Sentai. This is a big deal because both of these are rarely put legally online. To watch these, you would have to get the home video released, which some are not going to do for a film or OVA they haven't seen. This is a great way to fight against illegal streaming. One of the big reasons people do it is because guess what? If a show or movie is dubbed, some only want to watch it that way. Before this, the only way to watch a Kame ga Kill and Parasite in English online legally was either the Toonami stream or buying the episodes or entire season from Amazon. Not many options here, as you can see. They're making their shows more accessible, and that is very good. The best part is the streaming works flawlessly. I'm not joking, it works so well, and I still haven't found a single hiccup watching episodes. HiDive is also available internationally and offers a lot of simulcasting shows that weren't available outside the US. Pretty much anything Sentai has that is exclusive to Anime Strike. It's even announcing titles from the upcoming season for international streaming. Now that the library and streaming are done, let's talk about the site itself, its UI and features. UI means user interface. It's how a site or app conveys information to its users and how those users interact with it. Everything has one nowadays, and a funny irony is that a really good user interface most people won't notice because it is so simple and easy to understand that it becomes second nature very fast. HiDive's UI is a straight up copy of the Netflix UI, and that is far from a negative. It's actually the best thing you can possibly be. All the tiles are small and clearly display each anime. Hovering over each one gives you the full name and the play button to jump right into a show. The titles also have a down arrow that slide out a mini page giving you information like synopsis, TV rating, episode count, the actual episode list, and suggestions for shows similar to the title you are looking at. It does this while keeping you on the same page as the rest of the library. This is great because it keeps you connected to said library at all times, and it makes browsing and starting a show as smooth as butter. It also makes it clear what's going on with an anime with a nice simple ribbon system. A little colored ribbon is on any show that makes it different than others, blue either being if the show is dubbed, / a new release, hot pink being exclusive to the service, and orange with a clock if it is currently simulcasting. It even updates to tell you the episode number that it is about to drop and how much time before it does. The actual UI for watching anime is great too. The player is huge and takes up most of the screen when it's not in full screen mode. Also, the buffer bar and settings disappear when viewing. The player is also super responsive to keyboard commands to jump ahead and back a few seconds, pause, raise, and lower volume. Below the player is a synopsis of the episodes and an episode list that even updates to tell you which episodes you've already seen. When clicking on an episode, it doesn't even reload the page, just the player. The UI is overall visual and navigation poetry. It tells you information on any show quickly while making exploring the catalog super easy. HiDive isn't done. The amount of little features it has is insane, and obviously, I'm going to talk about them. The player gives you a lot of viewing options for a show and even lets you pick the color of the subs between yellow and white. There's even a speed option for how fast or slow you want an episode to go. It very much shows a lot of thought and time was put into this service. It even shows in the quality settings. For each one, it has the kilobytes per second so you know which setting would best work for your internet connection. That's really smart. Another really cool thing is that HiDive has a chat feature so you can watch anime episodes live with other people. The button is on the bottom left of the player. You can either join a pre-existing chat, or if you're a premium member, you can create your own chat and people can join it. I think this is a really awesome idea, especially for new episodes when they drop, but the site is currently not populated so I can't really test out the chat function. Into full screen mode, you can't see chat if it's on, but lights off mode keeps it there. We're almost done with UI, trust me. HiDive's homepage is really well done too. Whatever was the last show or shows you were watching will be at the top of the page. The big scrolling site activity will actually change to show the last anime you were watching while also keeping track of where you left off, making it super easy to continue. But under the actual site activity, it makes a continue watching section for any show you started. It's a section separate to your queue, so it's easy to keep track of what you were actually watching. Your queue is below that, which is displayed simply and efficiently. They are making the user the main focus of the site, and it shows. Below that is just anything simulcasting, favorites, dubs, and exclusive sections, and it looks very good. Now for the last thing, which I was not expecting. It has a social aspect. I can hear a lot of you rolling your eyes, but continuing with the trend of this site, guess what? It's also done incredibly well. The profile pages are super clean, having a section for your queue, currently watching, and favorites, while making it really easy to see everything in those sections. There's an activity feed that updates with any post from friends or your own. It's incredibly Facebook, which is not a bad thing. It even has a react feature like it, and you can comment on each other's posts and can even upload pictures and make an album, just like Facebook. On the left is the About, Friends, and Group sections. HiDive seems to be making a pseudo social media platform for anime fans within their site, and it looks pretty sweet, being able to give you an idea on the person's taste based on what it shows, and if you don't want to show certain things, it makes it easy to set sections to private. The social feature makes a lot of sense when you go back to the live chat. You know that ribbon system I mentioned earlier? There is more of it. If you create a live chat or are part of one, HiDive makes a section for it on the homepage and displays the amount of people in it and how many friends are in it, which is really cool. It's creating this social environment for anime fans who want to watch their favorite shows with other people or friends, and that is really cool. And if you don't care about any of this social stuff, it's completely optional. HiDive doesn't shove it in your face. You have to go out of your way to get to it. It's a streaming platform first, and it's not gonna bother you about being social. And your queue, watching, and favorites are automatically set to private if you never touch the social aspect. HiDive is an amazing improvement from the Anime Network in every way, and that includes the price. It has a completely free option that gets you access to most of the library subbed only, with ads, and the max quality being 480p. The premium version gets you access to the entire library, including the dubs, higher quality settings, and no ads, with a bunch of other features like multiple profiles, creating your own chat, and more. HiDive sounds awesome, but it does have a few issues. The first one being the highest quality setting is 720p. This might be a deal breaker for a few people, so I wanted to mention it. Chat is cool, but currently empty, so I can't test it out. Full screen blocks chat. The English captions options for English dubs doesn't seem to be working. There is no app for mobile, but it is currently in the works. The site doesn't keep you logged in for long, so you have to sign in every time you are gone for either about a day or two. And the final one being that over 50 anime from the Anime Network aren't here. I actually looked to see what shows were on there that weren't on HiDive. This issue will be fixed in no time because HiDive acquired the catalog from the Anime Network. So there are a few flaws, but the technical achievements massively outweigh them, especially when you see the price tag. The monthly fee for HiDive is $3.99. This super clean, well-executed site with this awesome library is the cheapest in comparison to the other sites. So should you be interested in HiDive? Well, if you couldn't already figure it out, yes you should. The UI, streaming, and features make this such a viable place to watch anime legally. The free option of it makes it that everyone should use this site to watch Sentai titles. But what about the premium version? You should get that if you're really interested in Sentai's dubs. That's the main reason for upgrading, and also because no ads and higher quality video. I'm super impressed by HiDive, especially when remembering that the site is currently in beta, so a lot of the issues will most likely be resolved. It has a $3.99 monthly fee, but that's not permanent. It's the introductory price, so if you are interested, you should definitely sign up. But if you're still skeptical, it does have a 7-day free trial of premium, and if you're not feeling it, you can cancel during it and you will not be charged at all. This is a really good service that you should definitely try out.